Alrighty, everybody. I'm starting to track this line of strong and severe thunderstorms, even some supercells moving into northwest Alabama. So, currently tracking that stuff right now. Looks like a tornadic cell there around Plantersville. Let me bring that up. Plantersville or over at Tombiggy. Some of that one. Let's get on. There's some information I need to get up. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued out by the National Weather Service to Huntsville for western Lauderdale County and northwest Alabama, Colbert County and northwest Alabama, Franklin County and northwestern Alabama until 1:45. 12:52. Severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from Hinkle to near Wheeler to near Tilo, moving east at 40 miles per hour. A 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail possible with that. Locations impacted include Malone, Posey, Loop, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, Atwood, Littleville, Florence, Alsboro, Riverton, Wright, and Thorpetown. And that's going to be with this stuff moving out of Mississippi. Let me pull up a better radar site. All right, so let's try to track some of this out. This tornadic cell here is moving off to the northeast, it looks like I said, at about 40 miles per hour. So it looks like it will be around Moore's Mill in 26 minutes, Golden in 34 minutes, Belmont in 34 minutes, Red Bay in 34 minutes. Dennis in 37 minutes, Halltown in 40 minutes, Neal in 40 minutes, Seven Pines in 41 minutes, Pogo in 43 minutes, Bloody Springs 44 minutes, Pleasant Sight in 45 minutes, and from there it looks like it's about 50 minutes from Mingo, Carter's Branch, Burnstown, Maud, Petertown, White Oak, and Bishop. Very close, 49 to 50 minutes out. From there, we did have a radar confirmed tornado just a few minutes ago. I'm going to look at it through another radar. I keep forgetting I got two radars up, so let me put that track back out. Also, there's a severe thunderstorm warning again for northwest portions of northwest Alabama there. Let me get that information up. National Weather Service Huntsville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning. Western Lauderdale County and northwestern Alabama, Colbert County and northwest Alabama, Franklin County and northwest Alabama. That's until 1:45. 12:52. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Hinkle to near Wheeler to near Saltillo, moving east at 40 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and quarter-size hail. Areas impacted: Malone, Posey Loop, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, Atwood, Littleville, Florence, Islesboro, Riverton, Wright, and Thorpetown. Also remain alert for possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly within these lines here. So I do see some rotation. It is broad. There was a tornado on the ground with this cell. That has recently changed. Of course, it's broadened out. I do see some destructive winds, though. Probably looks like it's a little bit higher than 60 miles per hour. We got some 73 miles per hour wind gust coming into Paden and Tashomingo. That's in Mississippi. Iuka, Doppler radar indicating some 60 to 70 mile per hour winds potentially along that line there as it's moving through. Currently moving through Marietta and Mississippi. And we are still watching some of these cells that are trying to rotate a bit. So if you're in Red Bay, you got about 32 minutes before this tornadic cell gets up in your area. Again, it says tracking off to the northeast at 40 miles per hour. And there's our cold front making its way on through. So things are about to get interesting. Moving back to the chat here. My chat just disappeared. I don't know what it's doing. Well, it's 75 degrees outside, so it's not going to mix very good once it starts moving in. 6 p.m. I mean, that is possible. The high resolution models was bringing it in a lot sooner than that. It was bringing it in around 3 o'clock. But again, timing can change. I mean, it was looking like it was going to move in around 3 o'clock. And yeah, our dew points here are almost in the 70s. So I mean, anything above 62, I could be a little bit wrong on that. I'm trying to think straight here. Our dew points are at 67 right now. That's outrageous. Right here at our station is 67. So that is very supportive of tornadoes. Very, very supportive. Keith, I'm ready for it to be over with too, man. I'll tell you what. I'm with you. So still watching the area rotation with that supercell. It is very unorganized at this point. It did briefly touch down. But looks like it is just a mess right now. But it's expected to really blow up when it moves into Alabama and gets a little bit further east. So we will see if that happens or not. What I don't like with cells like these is these are producing a lot of rain. So they're going to be rain-wrapped tornadoes, and they're going to be hard to warn. All right, so cell's still making its way off to the northeast. I'll look at the high resolution models again and make sure nothing's changed. All right, so looks like the first bit, we start to get some along the line, actually. And that could be good because it's not out ahead of the line. I mean, really, it's all part of the same line. So that could be in our favor there. I'm not seeing anything developing ahead of the main line. In other words, out ahead of it, away separately. Away from all the cells there. They're all together, so that could benefit. It could be on our side. because I'm not seeing those cells develop ahead of, out ahead of it by themselves like I was on the last updates. It all just appears to be one big batch, which still, even there, I'm seeing several supercells develop. And some of them are trying to be a little bit discreet, and that's the ones we'll have to watch. But it's showing it that first area of storms. It shows it getting into Marshall County at 3 o'clock, and that's by the high resolution rapid refresh. Shows it moving on into Jackson County around 3 o'clock as well, because the line's extended from the southwest to the northeast. Shows it fully making it into Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties by 5 o'clock. So anywhere between then, 3 to 5 o'clock, is when this stuff will move in into our area. And looks like it gets out of here. The high resolution models are updating again, so we'll wait on those new updates to come in. Yeah, my throat's tight, and all that good stuff. I'm feeling it. I can tell there's something not right. All right, so that tornado warning has been canceled. Severe thunderstorm warning has been replaced by it. So that is some good news. Looks like this line is now moving into northwest Alabama currently. All right, yep, tornado warning expired at 1:15. It's going to be for northeast Mississippi. Still hasn't moved into our area yet. Just wanted to go live and let everybody know. I may not track it the full time as it's moving into northwest Alabama until it gets a little further. Just wanted to definitely go live and let everybody know it is on the way. Yeah, the winds are going to get stronger outside of this stuff. And again, it looks like it gets into our area around 3 and 5 o'clock. The winds will be very gusty out ahead of it. Yeah, I know it's very warm. We got 75 here at our station in between Crossville and Geraldine. Yeah, I have never been so stuffed up. My eyes are just all itchy and stuffy as I can be. I can tell those pear trees out there are really getting to everybody. It's terrible out there. All right, I'll put a track on these severe storms real quick. I do notice they weakened a little bit. So let's put a track on some of this moving into northwest Alabama here. Trying to make sure I'm tracking it correctly. And that's a pretty intense area. All right, I might have to cut some stuff off though because it's a little overwhelming. All right, I'll hopefully find everything here in just a minute. Bear with me. One of those days. I'm trying to find out where the watches is at on here. That way I can get the watches severe thunderstorm or tornado watch turned off because it's taking up a lot of space here on my screen and it's messing me up. And I'm not familiar with Radar Omega very much, like I am Radar Scope, so my gosh, there it is. Sorry, it might have been a little bit of a user error problem there instead of it being that. Took me a minute to even see where it was at. Thanks everybody for watching. I know it's going to be a little bit quiet. You know, it's just going to be kind of relaxed as possible. Trying to track this stuff out. So far, I'm seeing a ton of rain with it, but you know, and lots of lightning, lots of wind. You know, unless it changes within the next little bit. I do see some tornado warnings out a little bit further to the southwest. And that's what we'll have to watch. There's definitely some flash flooding with this stuff. It's producing some torrential downpours. I do see some very high winds, damaging winds now. Moving into Tashomingo, about to cross over from Mississippi into Alabama. So let me go ahead and move the radar around a little bit here. And let me clear that track. Oops. No, that was not the right one. All right, so keeping an eye on this cell down here, tornado warning issued on that, not surprised. because that just has just grabbed my attention. So let's get that up. National Weather Service says in Memphis has issued a tornado warning for Itawambia County in northwest Mississippi until 2 o'clock. And 119 severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near New Wren or near Armory, moving south northeast at 55 miles per hour. Tornado and quarter size hail. Doppler radar indicated rotation. Areas impacted: Fulton, Clay, Abney, Eastman, Becker, Cardsville, Smithville, Turin, Tilden, New Wren, Armory, Hatley, Fairview, Nettleton, Bigby, New Salem, Bounds, Crossroads, Tremont, and Jacinto. All right, so it's moving, I believe it's at 55 miles per hour. Double check. Yep. Okay, it's saying that this was observed. Okay, a confirmed tornado now near Armory. Let me get that up. Tracking to the north. All right, so this tornado bounds Crossroads in 12 minutes. Doppler radar and indicated tornado. Seems like there may have been a storm spotter also reported. We'll take a look at it through another scan. Yeah, these things are so producing so much heavy rainfall that it just completely obscures everything. It's hard even looking on the correlation coefficient, trying to find where the damage, if there's any damage being done, you can't even really see it. We'll retract this area here. There's another little area of rotation there and another one down here. Yeah, I was afraid these are going to be very hard to spot, and that's what it's very hard for me to spot it. I do see areas of rotation, but very hard to spot where it's at. It says a confirmed tornado near Armory. And I cannot really even spot any signatures in there that would, really indicate that. That's what's scary about it. I'm going to look at another velocity scan. Okay, so I found where it was at, finally. So let's put a track out. So there's our area, where it was at. Looks like, of course, it's already in Armory. Flynn in 7 minutes, Smithville 9 minutes, Turon 14 minutes, New Salem 15 minutes, Academy in 21 minutes, and Tremont in 25 minutes. Okay, I did see the debris signature there for a moment. Yeah, that's what's scary about these supercells here, is they are rain wrapped and they're very hard to spot. Okay, storm's moving a little bit further northeast of the track now. Okay. So we got another hook showing up on the radar here. All right, so yep, I do see it. Let's track that area out. Okay, that was not the right one. Believe me, I've already said when it's going to get in our area. It'll be anywhere between 3 and 5 o'clock. Yeah, Armory did get hit really bad a couple years ago. Let me adjust the radar a little bit. Looks like it's moving off the screen a little bit here. Yeah, when I said earlier that these storms are going to be hard to track, this was what I was referring to. They're producing so much rainfall, and you know they'll be so capable. They're going to be brief spin ups within it, and then we could get these supercells, you know, that develop that produce a tornado on the ground for a long distance, and you know it's going to be rather hard to track them. They're such high HP supercells. Pretty much the rain's the only thing that gives you, you know, a hint, and of course the velocity. If it's rotating enough, you'll get to see it on there. But even I've had some trouble spotting them on the velocity because there's just so much, you know, rainfall going on. Boy, I know how that feels. All right, so the storms are now moving across northwest Alabama, or actually into northwest Alabama, starting to get some heavy stuff ahead of the main line developing as well. We'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, as far as the main line goes, it looks like the main line would, you know, get on through our area. I'll look at it again, since it has should have updated by now. Yeah, it looks like this thing exits northeast Alabama around 11 o'clock tonight. That's the main line. It looks like it starts getting in here. Let me back the scan up a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it starts getting in here really good at around 5 o'clock. All right, since that rotation area has moved a little further north, we'll move that out of the way. Take a look at it again here. This is in effect at 1:22 till 2 o'clock. Damaging tornado and quarter-size hail. Weather spotters confirmed. I mean, you see that. I know I was looking at it on radar, and I'm like, man, where is this thing at? And that is where weather spotters are incredibly useful, because sometimes in these situations they're hard to see. And I'm surprised, really surprised I was able to see it. They had to have been in a really good spot. But areas impacted, it says a tornado was on the ground, or it was. All right, new tornado warning coming out. National Weather Service Birmingham's issued a tornado warning for northwestern Marion County and northwest Alabama until 1:32 p.m. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Tremont, or 11 miles southeast of Fulton, moving northeast of 55 miles per hour. Tornado radar indicated rotation. Areas impacted will be Scottsville and Bexar. And basically what's going to have to happen is, if rotation is spotted in these storms, really the only way to correctly track and warn on them is pretty much just put a tornado warning up when you spot the rotation. I mean, that's the only accurate way, to warn these with cells like this. Because other than that, I don't know how you could warn them unless it just touches down and stays on the ground for a while. And retract that cell. Looks like it will be that area of rotation. Looks like it will be around Bexar in 6 minutes, Scottsville in 10 minutes, Atwood in 21 minutes, Pig Guy in 22 minutes, and Hodges in 23 minutes. All right, I'm seeing a TVS signature showing up on the radar scan here. But I'm not seeing enough rotation to really say, hey, on my end anyway, there's a tornado on the ground, but there is rotation there, so. I just noticed an interesting signature pop up. Yeah, my eyes are still concentrated on these supercells here near Tremont. They are the strongest looking stuff at this point that's about to move into Alabama. And still got that tracked up on that. New tornado warning has been extended further out due to that area of rotation. There is rotation there. On my radar, I cannot confirm that it's on the ground because I don't have that 3D in-depth look that I can. Tornado warning now for miles north southeast of Fulton. It was moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Tornado and quarter-size hail. Areas impacted. Looks like it'll be near Belgreen around 2:05. Other locations include Pleasant Side, Hodges, Cedar Creek Reservoir, Atwood, Dempsey, Tharptown, Isbell, Duketon, Rockwood, and Vina. So let me get that track out. All right, so according to the track here, to be in Schattsville, 9 minutes, Vina, 18 minutes, Atwood, 20 minutes, Old Burleston, 21 minutes, Hodges in 22 minutes, Burnt Out in 24 minutes, Jordan's Mill around 25 minutes, Pine Bend around 25 minutes, Old Nauvoo in about 27 minutes, Duketon 28 minutes, Dempsey 28 minutes, Gwen Crossroads 29 minutes. Looks like getting on into Belgreen about 31 minutes, Rockwood 34 minutes, Isabel in 35 minutes, Russellville 39 minutes, Jonesboro 40 minutes, Crooked Oak 40 minutes, Pleasant Ridge 41 minutes, Waco around 41 minutes, Limrock 43, Ligon Springs 43 minutes. So we'll leave that track up. So I did briefly see the signature that the radar was originally picking up on. So it was one of those spin ups. It lasted through a few radar scans, and it's still showing some rotation with it. And looks like the rotation is about to cross over from Mississippi into Alabama. That little area of rotation there that we're tracking out. Keep in mind, there's two areas that I'm watching. Let me make sure y'all can see this clearly. And looks like I could adjust it out a little bit. Bear with me, I'm going to adjust this radar a little bit. All right, so let me circle these two areas that we're watching currently. These areas here, and also this area right up here. Those are the two areas that we're watching. And that's why there is such a wide warning box there. So hopefully those in Tremont have already took their precautions and took shelter. Again, this thing's moving off to the northeast at around 55 miles per hour. And I'm actually going to get a different track on it really quick and make sure nothing's changed. It's slowed down just a little bit, so retrack it. Yeah, radar literally just updated as I was putting it up, but that's okay. It's still in the general area, so that's what matters. We currently have 75 degrees at 143. We got two sensors out there. One of our stations, which is a little bit closer to the shade, says 75 degrees, and our station up on the tower says 76 degrees. I've got a feeling when these things start meeting that kind of air, warm air, they're really going to explode. But I could be wrong. I hope I am. I mean, I would love nothing more than it to do nothing but rain, maybe some high winds, you know. All right, so those damaging winds have officially reached over Red Bay. Also, Cherokee County, Gravely Springs area. It's also moving across there now. And I am noting some weak rotation. This is to the northwest of Cherokee. Although my radar beam is going too high up. So I'm going to switch, try to switch over a different radar site, maybe a little bit closer. All right, so we do have a circulation now. There could be a tornado warning coming with this one. I'm going across now. Looks like it is just to the west of Cherokee. But again, I am beaming a little bit high up, but I still see it. It doesn't mean it's on the ground because I'm beaming pretty high up. I don't have a closer radar at this point. Yeah, Columbus Air Force Base is actually the closest radar that I've got. Let me see if I've got one up in Tennessee. Yeah, nowhere close. So Columbus Air Force Base is going to be what I've got. And showing a little bit of circulation there just to the northwest of Cherokee. So we'll keep an eye on that. If you're in that area, let me get the radar back up. Okay, now it is north of Cherokee, tracking to the northeast, kind of toward Gravely Springs. So that could be a tornado trying to spin up there just to the southwest of Gravely Springs. No tornado warning on that yet, but if you're in Gravely Springs in northwest Alabama, you may want to take shelter. You've got a few minutes to take shelter from this. And I'm going to break here and move up and take a look at it. Again, Gravely Springs area here. You don't have long. Okay, and I'll circle that area. We'll track it to the northeast. I'm just going to, I don't know, I don't like estimating anything. Let's get a general idea. I need to do it quick too. It's moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. No wonder that thing is moving so quick. Come on, get that track up. Okay, looks like Lane Springs in 5 minutes, Gravely Springs in 10 minutes, Rhodesville in 11 minutes, Sullivan Crossroads in 16 minutes, Murphy Crossroads 16 minutes, Threet 16 minutes, Cloverdale 18 minutes, Johnson Crossroads 20 minutes, Cypress Inn 20 minutes. If you're in that path of that area rotation, you know, if I named you out, go ahead and take your precautions with that. And go ahead and take shelter from that. I'm trying to pull up a different velocity scan here. But it looks like this may be the only good one I have. And again, that is just rotation. And these storms can quickly produce tornadoes. It'd be great if I would get the right scan up. Alright, so I'm switching to a secondary radar. Weak rotation now. I am seeing the weak rotation. It looks weak. Looks like it's just to the southwest of Gravely Springs. It is very weak, but again, I'm beaming high up, so I can't see what's going on at the ground. All I do see is a signature on the scan here. and we're pretty much on the maxed out side of the radar beam. So all I can do is pretty much give a heads up and, hope that if there is something, people have took, my words and took shelter. There's not a tornado warning on it. And I'm not able to look at different areas of the storm either to see how high up or how low that rotation is. But the only reason I've said something about it is because I've noticed a lot of lightning in that area, and usually that's a signal, a good indication there's rotation there when you're seeing rotation on the radar and you've got lightning confirming it. So that's why I mentioned it, even though I'm beaming pretty high up. And I am seeing that signature just the southwest of Gravely Springs, a little bit of rotation. I'm seeing it on two different scans here. The good news is I'm not seeing any debris signature. I think this thing may be moving a bit further east than what that original scan is showing. Let me clear this off again. It says it's moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. According to that, it's moving kind of to the east-northeast. So we're going to go track it there at 60 miles per hour. All right, so it says it will be near Cherokee in about 3 minutes. Smithsonian 8 minutes. Rhodesville in 11 minutes. Oakland at 13 minutes. Kimber Crossroads in about 15 minutes. Sullivan Crossroads 15 minutes. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that area there. All right, so that signature is officially gone. So that's good. But there is still a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This one's a little bit behind on its update compared to radar scope. Radar scope showed that signature disappeared. So we've got a severe thunderstorm warning out. It was issued at 1:37. Of course, I imagine I've read it out already, but I will again. There's a severe thunderstorm warning out. Colbert, Lauderdale County, Central Lauderdale County in northwestern Alabama, Colbert County in northwest Alabama, and Franklin County in northwest Alabama until 2:30. At 1:36 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 10 miles north of Cherokee to 6 miles southeast of Tashomingo State Park to near Tremont, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Areas impacted: Posey Loop, Atwood, Florence, Oakland, Waterloo, Tuscumbia, Underwood, Petersville, Colbert Heights, Phil Campbell, and Cherokee. Remain alert for a possible tornado. So they've even, noticed something going on in there. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you can spot a tornado go at once into a basement or small central room in a sturdy structure, for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. All right, so we are seeing the decent circulation near Vina. And it's going to be with that little area down here. See how fast it's moving. Northeast at 50. All right, so in that area of rotation and along this line, there's some destructive winds along with this. Tornado warning looks like it just maybe it's just me. I could have swore that just extended. Could have swore another warning just went up with that area rotation. I'm pretty sure it did. Maybe it's not showing on that radar yet. Anyway, maybe it was just the radar glitch. Doppler radar is indicating some 70, almost 80 mile per hour winds with this in this area here. That's moving just to the northeast of Vina currently. And that's going to be with this area here that you're seeing the white. All that right in there. We'll put another track since it's moved up a bit. That is some very intense winds in that area there. That is worth watching. We've got 80 miles per hour Doppler radar indicated winds to the northeast of Vina. Yeah, Doppler radar indicating 80 mile per hour winds. That just definitely needs to be watched. And there is rotation in that area too where those winds are at. Oh my, your mama's home's flooded. I mean, with this kind of rain, I don't doubt it. Corinth Tupelo. Okay. Hello, Mike. Hope you're doing well. I see a lot of people asking about individual locations. Okay. It will start moving into our area again around 3 to 5. That's including Marshall County and DeKalb and Jackson counties. Yeah, very concerned with an area of rotation that I'm watching. Looks like it's right on top of Vina currently. Or maybe just a little bit. Yeah, it's like right on top of Vina currently. So right now, I'm just seeing those damaging winds. I do see, the rotation in there, but mainly I'm looking at the damaging winds at the moment. Like I'm not seeing, and it could be position of the radar too, but I'm not. And I believe that is the case because the storms are getting ahead of the radar, and that could explain a little bit. Okay, so I'm seeing signs there could be a rain wrap tornado. It looks like it'll be just to the northeast of Vina, if that is the case. But I am seeing something on the radar. And there's some, yeah, okay, I believe we may have something trying to develop. Let's see here. It's northeast of Vina. Check this out. Me, and you can't really see it very good with the storm relative, but you can see it pretty good here. This radar has not updated yet. It's already past Vina. It looks like that area that's trying to wrap is located like right in here, just to the northeast of Vina. I'm looking at it on 2 different radars, radar scope being one, and it is already updated. Yeah, I am seeing a signature there that's a bit concerning. All right, so I've got a signature showing up on the radar, and I'm looking at correlation coefficient, and I see something. I can't 100% make it out, but I did just get a TVS signature pop up right where that area is at. So I'm thinking there could be a rain wrap tornado in that cell tracking to the northeast, and if that is the case, which it does look like it, and this one still hasn't updated yet. Looks like that track would literally be dead on with where it's headed at this point. I can't change it, get it to update somehow. It still isn't updated. It's a strange radar, I gotta admit. Shouldn't take it that long to update. I believe we have a rain wrap tornado. I'm trying to get the best idea of where it would be at because this radar here is not even updated yet. I don't know what is going on with it. Yeah, it is not updated yet. Or I think it may have just updated. Alright, so let me track that out. Oops. Alright, so we got the track currently up. It's still not updated properly. It's past Vina at this point, so it's going to be like right where that track started. And that goes to show you radars have their inaccuracies. But radar scope, when I said I've used it as a storm chase and it's just about to the minute, I'm not even kidding. It is. This cell is well northeast of Vina, and it's not even updated on that other radar. All right, so let's read the information out. Tornado warning remains in effect until 2:15, so it runs for just a little bit longer. I am indicating or seeing some very large hail in it, and a Doppler radar also indicating ping pong ball size hail with that. Looks like it'll be near Belgreen at 2:05, which is like right now. Russellville around 2:10. Other locations: Pleasant Sight, Hodges, Cedar Creek Reservoir, Atwood, DMC, Thorptown, Isbell, Duketon, Rockwood, and Vina. It says heavy rainfall may hide this tornado, and that's exactly what it is doing. Like, even looking at it on the scans, it is hard to even see it with the scans on. I'll take it a little bit. Great. Yeah, that's something I hate about rain wrap tornadoes. They are so hard to spot. But yeah, seeing some very good hail indications, and now it finally updates. That was pretty good guess where that thing was at. Had the track right on it. Yeah, she's alright. She ain't bothering nobody. Alright, so some big time hail makers. Seeing some hail in that cell there. The rotation is still there, but not like it was. So this, it may or may not extend the warning. I don't think they are going to extend it, but it is producing some big hail. So let's go ahead and track that out. It looks like those hail cores, if they do hold up, it's like it's going off to the northeast at 55. That hail, and I'm going to have to watch that area there. It's looking a little bit concerning again. Looks like it would get into Crooked Oak in 3 minutes, White House Springs in 11, Cedar Hill Estates in 11 minutes, Colbert Heights in 12 minutes, Tuscumbia in 14 minutes, Village Number 1 in 15 minutes, Sheffield 16 minutes, Hobgood in 17 minutes, Muscle Shoals in 18 minutes. And looks like they did go ahead and extend that tornado warning, okay? Let me go ahead and get that new information up. That's going to be due to that area that I was just talking about. Let's get that tornado warning up. National Weather Service Huntsville has issued a tornado warning for Lauderdale County in northwest Alabama. This is going to be completely rain wrapped. Colbert County in northwest Alabama, northwest Franklin County in northwest Alabama, northwest Lawrence County in northwest Alabama. At 2:07, this is going out until 3:15. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Belgrade or near Russellville, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Tornado and ping pong ball size hail possible. This dangerous storm will be near Russellville and Littleville around 2:15. Muscle Shoals and Layton around 2:30, and Lexington around 2:55. Other locations would be Posey Loop, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, Atwood, Oakland, Rockwood, Red Rock, Pride Landing, Zip City, Dempsey, and Ford City. Take cover now. Move to the lowest floor of your home. Or, of course, if you got a basement storm shelter, go in that. Heavy rainfall will hide this tornado. I don't know how anybody could really see it. But a big area now under a tornado warning. Due to this stuff coming in. And yeah, that is going to be due to that area of rotation I've been watching for a little while now. Lord, dog, you're rotten. Go back in there with Mama. Just open the door open by herself. All right, then. All right, guys, I'm going to grab some lunch real quick. All right, so let me explain this a little bit. I had to grab something to drink, so I'm sure everybody don't want to hear me chewing on this, so I muted everybody. Um, you are correct about these cells in Northwest Alabama, but what you got to realize, look at all this. This is a big storm system that we're watching. And I'm also keeping an eye on those developing out ahead of it. But there is a lot. Look at this. And this is all tracking off to the northeast. So don't get lost with it. There is a lot on the way. Right now, though, in our listening area, or, in the area, I usually don't cover Northwest Alabama, but in this kind of situation, I am. And this is just what we're watching as it's starting to move in. What's bad is the velocity on this thing is not even updated. And I started to think, well, maybe it's my internet. Well, if it was the internet, then why is radar scope up to date on it? But yeah, if radar scope had those tools, man, you could not beat it. And maybe it does with, maybe a tier 3 subscription, which I do not have. As I think it's really expensive every month. All right, so we do have some showers and maybe some embedded thunderstorms ahead of the main line. And looks like those are kind of heading toward Marshall County. But they are just some showers and maybe some embedded thunderstorms. I don't even see any lightning strikes in them. But that is kind of moving toward Marshall County. But the severe stuff here that we're watching is still west of us. Oh yeah, radar scope is definitely worth it. Radar Omega is really good for its features, but it's not that accurate, and that's just it's sad. But when it comes to the updates on the radar, it's not that accurate. But when it comes to the being able to do stuff that you can't do with other radars, like look at sky cams and track the storms and all that stuff, it's very good for that. But you better have radar scope open if you're going to do it because it's a little bit laggy. Radar Omega is. You're going to want to have radar scope open. That way you can correctly track. So it looks like this thing is just now to the west of Littleville, um, very close to Russellville, but it's tracking off to the northeast. Muscle Shoals, Sheffield, Florence, St. Florence, Rogersville, all them areas are in the line of this. Probably going to get some big time hail out of this, especially if you're in Muscle Shoals, Sheffield area. Yeah, really big hail core showing up right to the west of Littleville. And looks like that thing's going to go very close to Muscle Shoals and Layton, maybe like very close to Muscle Shoals and maybe right in the middle. Ping pong ball size hail possible with that one. But to really know how this system's going to do, and I'm seeing like tons of tornado warnings down here to the southwest, about to enter into Alabama. Where the high risk area is at, and that's going to be due to some out ahead that's developed ahead of the main line. To really know how this is going to behave, we're going to have to wait till it gets, a little further into our area, which it's starting to do that, get a little bit closer out. All right, I'm going to try to switch radar sites here since we're getting a little bit closer to Huntsville. All right, and I do see decent rotation in this cell here near Littleville. Very nice hail core. Yeah, very nice little area of rotation there going right toward Muscle Shoals and Sheffield. So let's switch. And this is further northeast than what the velocity is showing. Some big hail with that thing. I still can't confirm a tornado with it, but I do see a signature showing up where there is some rotation in that line. So it looks like it's moving toward the Tuscumbia area about 3 minutes from there. Hobgood in 6 minutes, Muscle Shoals in 7 minutes. That's for the area of rotation anyway. Muscle Shoals is probably getting some hail right now. Anyone live around Muscle Shoals that might be watching that can confirm anything? Or has anyone heard anything yet? So looking at another little area rotation now, so broad rotation has just developed. It's just to the northwest of Littleville. All right, so seeing an area of circulation now again to the west of Littleville. Keeping a good eye on that one. I'm seeing some broad rotation and also some signs that it may be trying to, develop. I'm also seeing it on the reflectivity scan, so I get a little bit more concerned when I'm seeing it on the reflectivity and the velocity. And there is some very high winds in that area too. Let's see how high we're talking about. Doppler radar indicating 71 mile per hour. That is just to the northwest of Littleville in that area of rotation. So it may have something trying to develop very close to Littleville. Our last update was at 2:19. And I'm just checking to see if spotters may have reported something, and I'm not seeing nothing. It would be completely rain wrapped, so it would be probably impossible to see until it actually did damage, and then we started getting damage reports on it. But still watching some broad rotation throughout this cell. I'm not seeing nothing crazy with it, but with it being so rain wrapped, plus my radar is beaming pretty high up, and it's the only nearby radar I have is Huntsville, and it's really too far away. But what do you do? Huntsville and Columbus, pretty much Huntsville's closer than Columbus is. So, okay, severe thunderstorm warning was just issued out. Severe thunderstorm warning says it remains in effect until 2:30, but it just was put up. I just watched it pop up. Severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from near Killen to Littleville to 8 miles northwest of Hackleburg, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust. Areas impacted: Posey Loop, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, Atwood, Littleville, LaGrange, Florence, Tharptown, Duketon, Russellville, and Oakland. It also does mention some rotation in there. All right, tornado warning for northwestern Franklin County is now canceled. The tornadic thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warned area. Therefore, the warning is canceled. Tornado watch remains in effect until 8 o'clock. Tornado warning remains in effect until 3:15 for eastern Lauderdale, southeast Colbert, and northwest Lawrence counties. At 2:26 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Littleton or near Tuscumbia. Okay, that's even better.
Other locations impacted by the tornadic thunderstorm include Green Hill, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, New Bethel, Anderson, Center Star, Pride Landing, Zip City, Kingstown, Whitehead, and...
All right, let me get this thing on Huntsville. Baseball size hail being reported in the Colbert Heights community. Emergency management.
Kilo Uniform 4 Alpha Alpha checking in.
So yeah,
Kilo Uniform 4 Alpha
big
Alpha.
hail makers going on. Baseball size hail was just reported.
My name is Jim Juliet India Mike, and
That's some insane hail right there. That did a lot of damage. Baseball size hail. And that is with this tornado warning storm moving off to the northeast. Emergency management reporting baseball size hail. My goodness. Let me correct myself there. See when that report was put out. Okay, that was at 1:26. I'm sorry. At 1:26 p.m., emergency management reported baseball size hail with this storm. This dangerous storm is still moving off to the northeast. And I believe our hail size probably just went up. Let me get that track cleared off. This is the second round. First round's already moved through. Your mom was in Phil Campbell and you can't get a hold of her. Not a problem, everybody. I'm trying. I know I'm not talking a lot. I'm just trying to stay focused on everything. And I'm watching. Trying to keep an eye on everything. I wish I could pull that live camera up there and look, but gosh, I don't know why they put them there if you can't pull them up like that. That's something I don't understand. Why? I'm not trying to complain, but why? I'm happy with getting to access the cameras. Okay, so I'm not complaining about that. What I don't get is why I put up a camera on a Doppler on a radar site if you can't click it up and look at it without the owner's permission. Like, why post it up? On a radar if you don't want the public to view it. Like, I don't understand that logic. But, oh well. They're rules.
per hour. Wind speeds exceeding 50 miles per hour. Structural damage, injuries, sighting of tornadoes or thunderclouds clouds should be reported immediately. An agency under a tornado watch until 8 p.m. We have some rain and weather.
All right, baseball size hail has been reported with this storm. Thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Littleville or near Tuscumbia, moving northeast. Tornado and baseball size hail. Radar indicated rotation. Emergency management reported baseball size hail. Dangerous storm will be near Muscle Shoals and Layton around 2:30, which we're a little bit past that at this point. So it's a little bit to the northeast of those areas now. Areas impacted by this would include Green Hill, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, New Bethel, Anderson, City Star, Pride Landing, Zip City, Kingtown, Whitehead, and Ford City.
My name is Dwayne. All right, Dwayne, thank you for checking in with us. Any other check-ins?
Buick Former Papa Charlie, Bob, and near Edgewater and Madison.
Kilo Mr. 4 Papa Charlie Bob. Edgewater, Madison. Thank you for checking in. Any other check-ins?
So some of the good news so far is that we haven't had a tornado on the ground that I've seen with this stuff in Northwest Alabama. What I have seen is reports of baseball-sized hail, which is absolutely phenomenal. Not something you hear very often. That's some very large hail. All right, and after these tornado-warned storms here get through Northwest Alabama here, I might take a quick break. I don't know if I'll even get to, because I'm seeing extra storms pop up ahead of it now.
November 4, November Whiskey Delta.
The last update was at 228.
One watch. Wind advisory. Walker County, Georgia.
W4 OKT monitoring.
We're in emergency net. That remains active due to issues of tornado watches. One of PDS tornado watch for Alabama County, and a regular tornado watch for
Yeah, I'm seeing an area of rotation develop again, but it's very broad. It looks like it's south of Lexington. All right, there's emergency management. Let's see what they're saying.
Traffic movement.
Let me switch this out real quick. It's really noisy. Let me directly connect to my antenna. That should help out a lot. And now we're clear.
Our local area is now active in Jackson County. Okay, thank you. Very good. Glad to hear it. Now this neighboring Madison County's got one active too, so very good. But we don't have any warnings in Madison County yet. Well, something's coming out. And forces it.
New severe thunderstorm warning.
And forces that with the Bulletin National Weather Service office issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Limestone County, eastern Lauderdale County, southeastern Colbert County, northeastern Franklin County, and northern Mons County. So 345. 244, the severe thunderstorm was located over Rogersville. Hazard Golf off South Hill and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Locations impacted include Good Springs, Cartwright, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, French Mill, Coxey, Littleville, LaGrange, Florence, Northeast Smith, and North Corbin. And tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. And forcing it.
All right, got something going on near Layton right now. I'm noticing a notch. Let me cut that tool off so it doesn't keep popping up. Oh yeah, it's a interesting looking feature. Okay, it is a very interesting looking little feature if it's not an error with the radar.
A tornado warning for eastern Lauderdale, southeastern Colbert, and northwestern Mons counties is canceled.
That is
The
true.
warning is weakened below severe limits and no longer appears capable of producing a tornado. However, large hail is still possible with this thunderstorm. Tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. and forces it.
I'm still watching some rotation though, so I'm not so sure. I do see it. You know, it has weakened a lot. All right, that signature has officially weakened on out. Okay, so we're starting to see some of these showers, and still keeping an eye on that area there, the little area there near Layton. I'm still watching it. But we're now starting to see some of these showers and isolated thunderstorms ahead of the main line. Moving into, looks like it's about to move into ARAP. Nothing concerning currently about that area, other than some rain. Yeah, I know. I was just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, if all the prayers that everybody's done, that'd be so awesome if, just everything just kept pretty much weakening out further northeast, the further east it went. Everything just kept weakening, even though it definitely shouldn't be weakening with it being 75 degrees outside. And I'm still not going to blow the whistle yet because, we're still a long ways from this thing getting in here. But I'm just speaking my opinion. It would be, how awesome would that be if it just turned into a heavy rain event? I mean, I would go to sleep. I have not had hardly any sleep. I know I've took some breaks, but as far as actually getting a good sleep, it's been all night, and I have not really got a good sleep at all. Even when I tried to go to sleep, I couldn't go to sleep. So uh, I may have dozed off for an hour or so, but it wasn't a real sleep. It was more like just kind of awake and kind of not awake. But this is pretty much what it's like storm tracking. I know it can be extremely boring, but hey, when it's boring, we know that nobody's being killed currently because we're not tracking a large tornado on the ground. That's tearing everybody's town up and everything like that. So I like it when it's boring like this. We know that there's not a big tornado on the ground currently. Wow, Mandy, you took your dog with you and you never been turned away from the shelter. That's pretty well. I know, and I don't know if these rules still apply, but um, again, don't hold me to it because I don't know. But I'm just telling you what that this was years ago, and again, these rules may have changed, so I wouldn't push my luck with it. But I know Kilpatrick, they was real good about that too, not turning people away if they had an animal. But I do understand, I mean, I couldn't turn somebody away if there was a tornado coming and they had an animal. I couldn't turn them away. I mean, I couldn't be like, yeah, you guys can't come in. I just couldn't do that. Um, you know, that would be a really tough situation. I know because there's a fine line there. What if it's an aggressive dog and it bites somebody, or it goes mad, it starts attacking everybody in there. You can't have that. Which I would hope somebody wouldn't bring an aggressive dog, but I do know some people that probably would. So I kind of see the point. I do see their point fully there. Why they don't allow them. Because if you allow one, then everybody's going to be bringing all their animals in there too. All right, so tornado warnings have all dropped for Northwest Alabama. There is still some severe thunderstorm warnings, but even that's starting to just break up. I do see some embedded hail in there, and I do like that fact that I'm watching it break up. But we're still not done. This is just the stuff out ahead of the main line. Now the main line I'm watching, but I'm not seeing a lot of tornadic stuff with it. I do see some tornado warnings entering Alabama on the southern part, and I do believe I see a debris signature. This is going to be interesting, as I do see several tornado warnings there. Let's back up from this and move south, because I do believe I see a tornado on the ground there. Let me switch radar sites. It's kind of hard to see the radar sites with this app here. It's a little bit hard to spot. All right, let's see if we can get a little closer. Okay, I see another radar site over here. That's probably Birmingham, and I think that's going to be shooting a little high up, but okay, we're going to go with that. I'm going to stop everything, that way I can see the next radar site. Okay, so the closest one is definitely going to be Birmingham. This cell here is rather nasty looking little cell. That's down around, it's just to the west and northwest of Gainesville. And okay, I'm seeing something on that one. Oh wow. Yeah, there could have been a confirmed tornado with that one. It wouldn't surprise me the way that signature's looking. Okay, yeah, we do have a confirmed tornado on this, and I can see it. I can definitely spot it. See if I can get the reflectivity up on here. And of course, this radar has not updated. We got a tornado on the ground, and it's not updated. Alright, I'm switching radars currently until this one decides to get its act back together. That really sucks, because that is a really good radar. Don't get me wrong, but I do not like the fact that it's behind like that. Like, that's, you know, those minutes, or that's lives being lost. So looking at this here, definitely a very good rotation there with that. Pretty sure it was, yeah, it was on the ground. I mean, yeah, look at that. Rain wrap tornado 1 mile to our northwest. We got spotters confirming it. And looking at this, look at this on the correlation. You cannot see the debris, even though there was a tornado, because there's so much noise in that cell because it's such a heavy rainfall producer. You just can't see it. But you can see it under the velocity scan. Right there's your tornado. That purple and that right there's your tornado. It has lifted, but there was a tornado, 100%. And it's also been confirmed by spotters. And I know I saw it from a long ways away when I was looking down here before I even got the radar on it. But it has since lifted. I would not trust it, you know, for a minute. It could reproduce again. But what I am going to be using that radar for is, you know, the location. Because, yeah, it's still behind. Like, it's just now showing that rotation get further north. And that is so frustrating, you know, doing that. Now, this is going to be real far south, though. This is like southwest of Tuscaloosa. I think the radar might have updated. Let's see. I'm going to have to dig into why it would be lagging like this. That just don't make sense. So I'm going to close radar Omega. It could be glitched out because I have 2 radars running at once. It's a possibility it could be glitched. So let me reload it. Yeah, radar Omega is having some problems. I can tell because the radar image is skipping, so that means it's having a loading problem. So that's definitely not good on a day like this for it to be having a loading problem. It is moving off to the northeast. It's for southeastern Pickens and northwestern Greene counties. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Panola, or 12 miles south of Aliceville, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. What I'm not seeing is where storm spotters reported the tornado, and that's a little bit concerning there. But I do see it on my radar scope. But yeah, if you're going to be a storm chaser, you're crazy to not have radar scope. It is proven itself over and over again, and it's doing it again. It's proving itself over again. The accuracy of it. Like it's proving it right now. It is absolutely blowing Radar Omega away when it comes to the updates. I just wish it had the more tools than it does. That would be great. And now Radar Scope's freezing up on me, and it's probably going to crash. I jinxed myself. That was not nice, Radar Scope. I was just bragging on you, too. It's still loaded up quicker than Radar Omega did.
There's a severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect until 3:45 for Limestone, eastern Lauderdale, and southeastern Colburn, and northeastern Franklin and northern Lawrence counties. 255 is located.
This supercell here is probably going to be a long tracker.
Northeast at 40 miles an hour. It had produced ping pong ball sound size hail.
That was actually baseball.
Locations impacted include Good Springs, Cartwright, Northwestern Regional, Northwest Alabama Regional Airport, French Mill, Coxey, Littleville, LaGrange, Florence, Northeast Smith, and North Cortland.
Yeah, this supercell here is going to be one that's probably going to continuously produce tornadoes. That's probably going to be a long track supercell. It's got that look. It looks like a classic supercell. The more it goes on, that's looking like a classic supercell. One of those that would, produce a tornado after tornado. It would weaken a bit and then produce again. I'm almost certain that this supercell here is going to be a long track supercell that's going to continuously produce tornadoes. If I was chasing tornadoes, I would definitely be the one I'd be watching. Amongst all of these here, that would be the one right there that I would call the granddaddy of all supercells. So that's a really nice looking supercell there. Now it is, we are beaming out pretty far away, and it still looks that nice. So it's got a real nice inflow notch. Looks like it's trying to develop. It's more than likely got a really nice wall cloud on it. So it would definitely have some beautiful shots, and looks like it's trying to wrap back up. Okay, we may have another tornado developing here with this supercell. And again, that's going to be far to the southwest. It's like, I'm trying to find out where it's at. It's until 3:45 for southeastern Pickens and northwestern Greene counties. And I'm only tracking that because there's nothing going on up here, and I'm getting bored to death. But that is a good thing. So we'll continue to watch that one, but at the same time, let's see if I can't get the other radar to work. And it's still behind, as it can be. That is such a shame. going to work our way back up in our area here, make sure there's nothing being missed. Wow, that's a beautiful supercell. Five storm shelter by courthouse is open. Okay, awesome. And the time frame for DeKalb County is same as it was. Looks more like it's going to be toward 5 o'clock now. Maybe I got lost track there. Storm shelter I think I was referring to was Kilpatrick, and that was years ago. I don't know if they still allow that or not. Yeah, I actually put a HD radar on here so we can get a little better in-depth view. So we do have some showers moving into ARAB, starting to get some of this with the line. And we'll switch back. All right, so I said the tip of the storms earlier would start arriving in Marshall County at around 3 o'clock. So this is the front portion of the storm. So we're starting to see those enter into Marshall County now. Starting to see some lightning with it. Also starting to move into Jackson County a bit. So I'm going to start paying attention. But the good news is, there's nothing in there severe. The only severe stuff is in the northwest portion right now.
Tornado warning for northern Limestone County and north central Alabama till 3:30 and 3:06. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 9 miles northwest of Athens, moving northeast at 35. Hazardous tornado will be near Athens around 3:10. Other locations impacted include Good Springs, Cartwright, Constant, Cairo, Holland Gin, Mount Rosa, Laketown, Elkmont, and Ripley. Send 4CZ. KB4DRG. Repeat.
All right, we're getting reports of some damage there. 1-inch tree limbs broken. I'm not seeing nothing on the scan, which is crazy. Yeah, I do see some rotation in there. But it's very weak. But I'm glad Huntsville's warning it anyway, because you just never know. It would be rain wrapped. Ooh, man, somebody's got a microphone too close to the radio or something. But yeah, that's just some broad rotation. But I'm really glad Huntsville went ahead and warned it anyway, though. Good, good on them. Because with supercells like this, you never know. All right, I think there might be a good possibility that Radar Omega has finally decided to cooperate again. So we're going to switch back to radar Omega. It does look like it's cooperating right now. So yeah, it is updating. So that's great. Let's try to track this out. I absolutely love this thing when it actually works.
Severe thunderstorm warning for south central Colbert County and Franklin County. Till 4:15, 3:09. Severe thunderstorm was located near Russellville, or over Russellville, moving northeast at 55. Hazard 60-mile wind gusts, quarter-sized hail. Locations impacted include Cedar Creek Reservoir, Atwood, Littleville, Strigling Church, Stoopton, Russellville, Rockwood, Bynum, Halltown, and Pleasant Site. Send for CZ.
So yeah, that's a broad rotation.
Last station's pretty noisy. I didn't really get the call on.
It looks like it'll move around Cartwright in 5 minutes. Gipsy around 6 minutes. Persimmons Grove 6 minutes. Spencer Store 10 minutes. Morris Crossroads 15 minutes. Elkmont 16 minutes. Lock Crossroads in 18 minutes.
If you can move to a better location or increase your power, it might help. I didn't get anything out of that last transmission. How can you copy now? Loud and clear. I was going to get the time we can put the clear button for more for Franklin County. It's a time cut out over there this time. Okay, it expires at 4:15. The conditions were given at for 3:09. Located over Russellville, moving northeast to 55. Sorry, that was muffled. See that? Tornado watch for Alabama counties remains in effect until 8 p.m. For Tennessee counties until 9 p.m. And here comes another one. Okay, that one's the same. We got a severe thunderstorm warning that's being expired. For Franklin County will expire at 3:15. Warning will be allowed to expire with additional thunderstorm warning issued in replacement. And tornado warning is being continued. Tornado warning remains in effect until 3:30 for northern Limestone County. At 3:12, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles northwest of Athens, moving northeast at 40. Hazard's tornado will be near Ardmore around 3:25. Other locations impacted include Good Springs, Cartwright, Coxey, Cairo, Holland Gin, Mount Roselle, Laketown, Elkmont, and Ripley. Send for CZ.
Yeah, it's incredibly windy up here too. We just got a gust out of the southeast of 20. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I heard about the deaths. I think it was a trailer park was hit in Mississippi. I think that was last night. Ashley, I mean, if you're wanting to go to the storm shelter for shelter, I'm thinking around 5 o'clock is when this stuff will get a little bit closer to our area. So I'm going to step back for just a moment, and I will be right back here. Anybody have any reports to pass along? Or any questions? Wow, we got some really gusty winds out there. Also hearing some thunder in the distance. Sounds like it's coming from Marshall County. Okay, we got some thunderstorms now on top of Arab. I'll scan on down this way and look at that. A nice little thunderstorm there around Arab. I'll look at the velocity on that one. All right, right now, just a thunderstorm over Arab. That's tracking off to the northeast. There is very likely some gusty winds with this one. No warning on it at this time.
National Weather Service office in Huntsville issued a thunderstorm warning for in Middle Tennessee, Moore County, Lincoln County, northwestern Franklin County until 4 p.m. At 3:21, this thunderstorm was located near Petersburg. According to the signal, moving northeast at 35. Hazard 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Source radar indicated. Locations impacted include Howell, Hurdle, Lynchburg, Nabosa, Smithland, Petersburg, Coldwater, Blanche, Kelso, and Lexi Crossroads. And we got a, yeah, that's it. Okay. That tornado warning in northern Limestone County is going to be expired soon as well. Enforcing that.
Oh my goodness. Been live for 2 hours and 25 minutes. My goodness. But I'll admit, I'm glad it's been quiet. Not a lot going on. Instead of me tracking them and saying, there's a large tornado going this way or that way, and yeah, I'll take it being a little bit quiet over that.
Unfortunately, the National Weather Service office in Huntsville has expired the tornado warning for northern Limestone County. Well, it will expire at 3:30, 5.5 minutes from now. The watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for Alabama counties and 9 p.m. for Middle Tennessee counties. And then the forecast area of the National Weather Service office in Huntsville. That's foreseen it.
Again, looks like all this starts moving in. Possibility of some of the heavier stuff. Looking at the high resolution models now, around 5 and 6. Got another thunderstorm developing now. This is southwest of Guntersville. At this moment, nothing severe with any of it. Something's happened to my cell phone. Don't know what's going on with it, but it just went black and it will not come on. So don't know what's up with that. All right, everybody. So we're going to continue to watch here since everything is quieting down just a little bit. Going to take a break and we'll continue to watch the radar. If anything does pop up, we'll go live again. But at this point, there's no warnings. And we can see some high wind gusts, 40 to 50 miles per hour, or 30 to 50 outside of thunderstorms. But we're going to continue to watch this. We do appreciate you hanging out with us for a little bit. If we see anything, we will go live, immediately go live. So just letting everybody know that. Thanks again for watching and hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Going to end this for now. Again, appreciate everybody watching. And if you'd like to support us, you can send a Cash App donation. There it is, the information. Also, want to give a shout out to our sponsors that help us keep this going. That's Dylan Snyder at Alabama Livings Real Estate for all your real estate needs. Give him a call, 256-979-4330. And also, RKG Automotive Group. For more information, you can give them a call at 256-572-6586. If you're interested in buying a vehicle or anything, they're the ones you need to reach out to on that. So we do thank you, everybody. Stay weather aware. We're not done with this yet. We're just going to take a break because we're all clear at this point. Again, if anything does pop up, we will definitely jump back on and let you know. So thanks again. We've been live for 2 hours and 32 minutes, but I don't think it's over with just yet. Stay weather aware. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. I do appreciate it.